Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Today's contest is an integrated part of the California Interscholastic Federation and the Central Coast Session. Good sportsmanship is expected throughout today's contest at all times. Please show your support for the players on both teams as well as the coaching staff and officials. Coming to the field today for the coin toss, representing the Sacred Heart Prep Gators, number 10, Teddy Purcell, and representing the Menlo Knights, number 13, Elliot Kinder. With Sacred Heart Prep, number 8, Will Van Dyke, number 13, Beth Anderson, number 43, John Carter, number 60, Ryan Wong, and number 71, Peter Dessler. Team captains for the Menlo Knights, number 3, Chris Dallinson, number 5, Carter Junk, number 58, Ronier Barbiera, and number 59, Zach Toby. Your officials for today's contest. The head referee is David Fink, the umpire Kurt Vanderselt, head linesman Brandon Nagy, the line judge Ed Walters, and the back judge Greg Jones. Sacred Heart Prep has won the toss. They defer to the second half. And now, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good afternoon. You are looking live at Palatella Field here in Atherton, California. It's the 18th Valpo Bowl. Welcome as we get ready to rock and roll here between the Sacred Heart Preparatory Gators, the home team, taking on their hated arch rivals, Menlo School, the Knights, next door here on Valparaiso Road in Atherton, California. My name is Patrick Connor, joined by my trusty aides and assistants and fellow commentators, the great Luca Larson and Luis manning the wheels of steel. We've got Stats doing what else? Stats and PA, and Tony Martinelli handling all other duties here in the box as we get ready for the 18th Valpo Bowl. Rivalries in the Bay Area, long-standing rivalries. You've got the 49ers, the Cowboys, Giants, Dodgers. I don't know who the A's really consider to be a rivalry. Stanford, Cal, ever heard of them? The big game. And then you've got right here between these longtime enemies, these longtime neighbors living next door. It's really the convicts and the criminals doing battle today in what should be a heck of a contest between two teams with one combined loss, one combined common opponent. And should be a hell of a game here today. Thank you for joining us here on Max Preps and the internet feed as we have a very informal and what should be a good time and just a little joking and enjoying what is senior day. I'm not going to call it senior night because the sun is straight up overhead and we don't acknowledge the Knights other than Menlo here on this broadcast. So we're about to kick off here. To give you a little background on this rivalry and the results, SHP looking to win their 4th consecutive Valpo Bowl. Menlo looking to conclude the streak of 3 consecutive losses. And we are off. Number 7, Jack Gisler for the Knights of Menlo, finding a seam and taking it darn near to the house. I'm sure Gator head coach Mark Grebe, not exactly the way he wanted this ball game to begin. Energy high, nerves at an all-time rev. Fans in the crowd, you can feel the anxiety, the tenseness. Not exactly the way the SHP wants to start the game here in the swamp at Palatella Field. He was lucky that he didn't take it to the house. If you're an SHP fan, he was darn close. Luca, put your headsets on, buddy. In the 4 games thus far this year for Menlo, they've gotten off to quick starts and then salted the clock away, all behind number 8, their stud, Sergio Beltran. He's got wheels. He can run. He can toss it around. Sergio Beltran, something SHP and their staff are going to have to keep someone they're going to have to keep a close eye on today.
2nd down and 10 for the Knights.
Menlo School 4-0 overall. 3 wins at home, while SHP 1 loss here at home 2 weeks ago to Menlo Atherton and the Bears. Last week, SHP went down to Half Moon Bay and scored a nice little victory with a late comeback. Sergio Beltran out from under center in the gun. Connor York on the tackle for the Gators.
Tackle made by number 14, Connor York.
Connor York, one of 24 seniors in today's ball game from Palatella Field. It's been an odd senior football season for these kids and for the staffs and for the parents and families. But you couldn't ask for a better day here on the Mid-Peninsula. What would you say, Luca, about 60 degrees, slight breeze, perfect day for Cheez-Its, Tostitos, and football? You're going to have to keep Luca quiet. He's a motor mouth. Get ready for some acerbic wit from him today. Number 8, a little slow to get up after making a nice scramble and finding his target. Number 10, Alex Wang over the middle for the Knights of Menlo.
Gain of 9 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Menlo.
This is my personal 2nd Valpo Bowl in attendance. In 2019, I had the good honor of going down to Sequoia to watch this game, and it's a great rivalry. And obviously, we're just a little tongue-in-cheek with the Catholics versus the convicts. For all you Notre Dame Miami heads from the late 80s, Jimmy Johnson, Lou Holtz. Stellar defensive recognition from the future lacrosse stud of North Carolina, Paul Barton, son of Harris Barton. Harris Barton, for you 49er fans, only won a couple of Super Bowl rings, no big deal. His son plays both football, has played basketball, lacrosse, and he's on his way to North Carolina to do the same in Chapel Hill for the Tar Heels. I'd imagine that would be a fun 4 years. Wearing the powder blue of the heels, swinging a lacrosse stick, having some fun, probably meeting a few people, maybe tipping back a cup of cider. Beltran drops back, and he is caught. I think Beltran did find his way back to the line of scrimmage. This kid is nimble. SHP is going to have to apply a lot of pressure to keep him on his heels and to limit his effectiveness today if they want to have a great opportunity to win their 4th consecutive Valpo Bowl and hoist the Valpo Cup this afternoon here in the swamp.
Third down and 14.
From the gun, Beltran, up. Barton playing through the whistle, maybe past it. What do you think, Luca? What kind of penalty do we have there? Was it offsides? Offsides Cardinal?
False start against the Knights, 5 yards.
Referees definitely on the top of their game. False start, white. There's fans in both, attendance in both end zones. If we can get our crack staff to recognize what's going on there, I'd love to know. One common opponent for these two teams, the Dons of Aragon. SHP won the season opener, 49-12. Very competitive game. And Beltran finds his receiver. Man, that guy is slick.
Sergio Beltran's pass is complete to number 3.
Chris Delelenason, pardon me if I mispronounced his name. Brought down by the senior, Big Cab Williams. Nifty use of space for the Menlo Knights.
Fourth down and 8.
Probably just a little bit out of field goal range for most high school kickers. Ball marked at the 28-yard line. And the Knights do line up. Back into the gun. Trips left. 3 wide. And they do the underground. Boy, football has become a short passing man's game. Get people in space, let them move. It's almost become basketball on a football field. Gators hold. Opening drive, what started so promising for the Menlo Knights is halted. SHP ball from the 22. First and 10. Teddy Purcell, the senior quarterback and leader of this football team, will try to engineer a touchdown here with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter from Palatella Field.
Gain of 6. Gators take over, first and 10. Starting at quarterback for the Gators, number 10.
Gerard Jackson, near side. Luke DeGrosse in motion. Pardon me. Beck Anderson with the hot read across and tackled for a short gain.
Tackled by number 3, Chris Dellinson.
That's SHP ball. Mark Grebe, 3-time Arena Bowl champion. His offense is predicated on a lot of these sweeps. So look for that as the Cardinal look to be potent on offense today and continue their successful ways. As the senior rolls left and throws a dime off of number 2, Jackson Gerard's mitts. Heck of a pass from Teddy Purcell. Holy smokes. Moving to his left, by the way, that is not an easy throw. Anybody with an arm can roll to their right if they're right-handed and throw the ball with mustard. Not so easy to do it the opposite direction. Luca, that's your specialty? Moving to your left and throwing with a little heat? Yeah, it is. Number 13 comes to the sideline to get a little, okay, 13's moving a little bit gimpy if you ask me, Beck Anderson. Okay. Purcell staying in the pocket. Patience. And he finds a big target in Paul Barton. I'm not a mathematician, friends, but it looks to me like SHP got their first down of Valpo Bowl 18. The clock running. About to crest 6 minutes into the first quarter. And indeed confirmed by my man Stats. First down, Cardinal. Teddy Purcell lines up under center. Andrew Latu with his first carry of this young game. Stuffed like a pepper. You like stuffed bell peppers, Luca? Me too. Throw a little hamburger, some onion, some red sauce. You got yourselves a meal. Busy day today in PAL football and in all of Northern California. Majority of the games today. And the referees got to interrupt things. Forgive me. I jumped the gun a little bit. Menlo called timeout prior to that ball being snapped. Menlo is led by head football coach Todd Smith. Assistants include Austin Carter-Samuels. You may have heard that name. The Carter-Samuels family down in San Jose has produced a couple of D1 athletes. Austin played his college ball at Mizzou. His brother went on to play at Vanderbilt for the Mighty Commodores. Mighty in academics, not so much in football. Mosa Likio, Jesse Lindenstein, Taylor Mashak, Big Mike McAdams, and James Samuels rounds out the varsity football staff at Menlo. On the other sideline, Mark Reed. I got a lot of thoughts on Mark Reed. Probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks to ever come from Northern California in terms of high school ball, collegiate athletics, and a professional career. We can get to that shortly. Senior Teddy Purcell under center. Beck with the sweep. Boy, so far, 2 of these plays run, and Menlo's sniffing it out. They're saying, nah, not today. It's okay. You pound the rock. You pound the rock. You pound the rock. And eventually, you crack the rock. That's a whole deal with running the ball. You pound them in submission. First quarter, you dent the opponent. Fourth quarter, you hobnail boot them right in the kisser. You draw blood early. 3rd and 6. Ball on the 40-yard line for SHP. Purcell drops back. Dangerous pass to Beck, who just about had his ribs broken by number 11 for Menlo. And then number 11, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to call him out by name. Justin Kramer stands up and said, I got you, son. We are encouraging good sportsmanship today, so gloating is not endorsed. Not on the field. A little rugby punt. Back deep for Menlo, 17. Robbie Enright. Bold move to grab that ball and advances it a good 10 yards or so. Junior J.A. Dioli with the assist on pushing number 17 out. J.A. Dioli. Not only is he the long snapper for SHP, but he plays one heck of a catcher for the baseball program here. In these small private schools here on the peninsula, you have a lot of multi-sport athletes, and it's good. It's really good, and we can highlight some of the guys in Cardinal today and what sports they play. You already heard about number 4, Paul Barton, and his prowess is not only a football defensive end and wide receiver, but on the basketball program in years past and having a heck of a lacrosse career here at SHP.
Pass is caught by Chris Dion. Tackle made by number
Todd Smith continues his short passing game. Get players in space. Let them make the yards on their own. Rather, in the old days, it was 3 yards in a. What is it? What's the old phrase? What is it? Cloud of dust? Can you even say that anymore? Not on synthetic turf. 17 out wide. Big kid. And when I say big, I mean tall. Robbie Enright. Up. Number 8, Sergio Beltran. The kid's got feet. And he advances it to the 46-yard line. Third and about 4 for the Knights of Menlo in the 18th Valpo Bowl here from Palatella Field in beautiful Atherton, California. Forgive me, it is a 1st and 10 for Menlo. They did. Beltran picked it up. With all that motion, there is a clock. You can't motion till the cows come home. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of get players in open space for Menlo, and you just have to be mindful of the clock. You've only got so much time. This is not baseball. In fact, baseball may even institute a clock. You never know. Menlo will line it up, 1st and 15, with about 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We are a scoreless ball game here from Palatella Field in the 18th Valpo Bowl. One of these bad teams is going to, and when I mean bad to the bone, will raise the Valpo Cup here. Boy, SHP all over that. They sealed the edge with Paul Barton, pursued, and brought down the ball carrier for Menlo. Very nice work from SHP. Sacred Heart Prep, the mighty Gators. What'd you say, Luca? Yeah, he did go down. He really stood no chance. It was a gang tackle like you read about. Keep number 60, who's right in the middle of your screen. Keep your eye on him today, folks. 5'7", middle linebacker, power forward for the Gator basketball team. Unbelievable. And 15, ball carrier for the Knights. Taken down swiftly. Will Murphy. And comes up Gimpy. That's too bad. Looks like he may have twisted an ankle, turned a knee. And we'll pause the action. Yeah, he's grabbing his left knee, left shin, left calf. Yeah, thanks, brother. Luis and I talking big-time technical stuff that most people at home wouldn't understand. We won't overcomplicate things. We're keeping it on the field today. No, we wish 15 for Menlo, Will Murphy, backup quarterback for Sergio Beltran as he's carried off the field. Man, football is a brutal sport, even for seniors on senior day. You think of this as a really romantic day in the life of these young guys and their families who've watched them grow into seniors. And it is a romantic day, but there's with every romantic football story comes a tale of somebody getting a knee bent or an ankle twisted. It's a gruesome game. Not for the meek of heart, that's for sure. Less than a minute left to go in the first quarter, a scoreless first quarter, a lot of great defense with one big special team play that was nullified by a strong backbone defense presented by the SHP Mighty Gators. Beltran back in the... Oh, and a little... goodness gracious! And they are off to the races. Hook and ladder from Menlo in the first quarter? I don't believe what I just saw. Stones, the Stones to call that play in a scoreless game early. I got to hand it. I'm baffled. I'm supposed to have a reaction for you here on the Max Preps feed, and I'm struggling. I did not see that coming. Probably why it was called. Thank you, Coach. A hush comes over Palatella Field from the near sideline, the sideline of the broadcast booth, as everybody is absolutely caught off guard. When's the last time you saw a hook and ladder early in a game? 7-0. Goodness gracious. Wow. Sergio Beltran hits it. 3, tosses it to 5. My man, Young Carter, with some wheels. Unbelievable. And I got to hand it to number 3, Chris D. Ellenson, with the perfect little toss. And that was rugby. Cal Rugby would have been impressed by that. And here's where Mark Grebe and his staff will really have their work cut out for them. It's just to remind the Cardinal, the guys wearing Cardinal white, the good guys as far as I'm concerned, just to relax. And got a long game. We still got 3 quarters to go. And by we, I mean them. Luca, it's okay. We obviously are a little bit biased here in the broadcast booth. This is a family event. All right. Exciting conclusion to the first quarter. Oh, my word. Deep kick. And Beck with the ball about the 5-yard line, pushing it out past the 20. Catches a block, a ferocious block, and Beck may take it. The back man, number 4, Ben Benato. The contained man was the only thing that kept number 13, the senior, Beck Anderson, from taking it to the house. This, folks, we have gone from a defensive affair to now we've got Hitman Hearns versus Hagler, circa the 80s. I mean, just haymakers left, right, uppercuts. Wow. Creed, Balboa, too. I mean, this is just a puncher's delight. A lot of special teams action, a lot of fireworks here in the 18th Valpo Bowl from Valparaiso Road in Atherton, California on a spectacular, perfect afternoon. Here we go. They're pulling out all the stops on Senior Day, baby. Pretty good recognition from Menlo. I'm going to give him credit on that. That was good defensive effort. 17 may be their biggest stud. Bobby Enright, outside of quarterback. Sergio Beltran, no relation to Carlos as far as I know. And that concludes the first quarter from Palatella Field. What started as kind of just a feeling out process has turned into a full-on showcase with exciting big plays. Both coaches taking a few chances and leaving it all on the field here in the final game of the 21 season. We'll be back in the fall, thank God, for more football. But because of the pandemic, there's been some few wrinkles thrown in to this season. It's been an abbreviated season, but I think it's been a fun season for all involved. And this is my second time down here in the swamp to watch these Gators play, and it's been really, really fun. Pump the boys up. Down 7-0 going into the second quarter. I'd like to read off the seniors in today's game for both teams. When we have the opportunity, we don't want to distract you from the action, but starting with Sacred Heart Prep, number 2, Jackson Gerard. Paul Barton, number 4. Cav Williams, number 7. Billy Van Dyke, number 8. And the quarterback, Teddy Purcell, who drops back, finds a little bit of seam between the tackles, and is brought down after a very minimal game. Both quarterbacks on both sidelines really are elusive. And if you're going to sack them, you got to bring back multiple players, multiple defenders. You're not going to really have a one-off on them because these guys are really quick laterally. Purcell hangs in the pocket. Tough kid. Senior here on senior day. Uh-oh. Did the ball come loose? Okay, it looks like SHP remains possession of that valuable little pill known as the pigskin. Latu. Yeah, no. That was definitely that ball. Latu was down, the ball carrier was down. Let's see what the referee has to say. It has been decided, folks. 4th and 12. Big 82, Will Mackey comes running off the field. Easily the biggest guy on the SHP sideline. Not in height, but in stature. Valiant effort from SHP falls just short as Barton catches the ball near the chains, gets stuck right in the old kidney, and drops the ball. Some good hitting going on here today, folks. While this game may not have a lot of consequence in terms of a playoff position, there are no playoffs in today's or in this season's football. There's a lot of hitting going on, a lot of pride at stake here. This is one of the great rivalries in the Bay Area. Make no mistake about it. And I'm going to speculate that the rivalry starts because they're neighbors. Not only just here on Valparaiso Road in Atherton, but a lot of the students probably come from the same neighborhoods. Obviously, geographically speaking, kids come from as far north as Hillsboro and on average down to Saratoga South, maybe a little Los Gatos love. But for the most part, most of the kids are in the same geographical area in terms of residency. So there's always that fun competition. And then you have the two different theological missions, or lack thereof, that probably adds a little bit of spice to this salad. Sergio Beltran back in at quarterback for the Knights. Motions number 5 to come on over. What you got? Let's bring it in. Dangerous pass. Finds its way. Unbelievable. Young Carter takes it for a Knight first down, and how that got to the intended receiver is anybody's best guess. I mean, that was a David Blaine-esque illusion. I got to see a replay on that, Luis. Unbelievable. Thank you, sir. Now look at the magic. You want to talk about magic? Luis just drawing that play right back up. I mean, over 2 different players, right into the hands of the intended receiver, and he takes it a good 15 yards under his own power, only to be pushed out of bounds by Beck Anderson. Impressive. I don't know. He looked pretty open, right? Chris Dillon and Son. I better learn how to say his name. He makes too many plays for me to stumble through.
Gain of 11 yards. 1st and 10, Knights.
We'll get back to announcing the seniors in today's football game. Real important to highlight these young men and their families who have gone through a lot to make it here today. It's not been an easy run for anybody, but especially for a 17 to 18-year-old looking to have Friday nights in the fall. It's kind of what these kids work really hard for. None of them are going to Division I football programs. They're doing this for each other and for the opportunity to play a more traditional football schedule, but we do the best we can, and these kids have really, on both sidelines, have kept positive attitudes. A lot to be admired. Oh. Beltran scrambling to his right, just over the outstretched hands of his intended receiver who caught one earlier, young Carter. Other games going on today that are of note for at least fans of this ball game. And if you're not connected to SHP or Menlo, I'd be surprised if you were watching the Max Preps feed, but we welcome you here today. Thank you for watching. Jefferson, Woodside, just up the road. Jefferson 14, Woodside 9, first quarter. And SHP, Beck Anderson says, I'll take that ball. I want it. I want to get back on offense. Let's go. And that's what he did. SHP sideline and the fan base, the families and the alums have definitely woke up here. It's down 7-0 with 8.5 left to go in the first half. Patrick Connor, Luca Larson, and Mr. Luis here bringing you action from Palatella Field in Atherton in the Swamp. It's the final game of this 2021 season until the fall. Big number 42. Takes the rock, takes the pill, pounds downhill. Is that 52 or 42? Okay. Alec Tonis, the ball carrier for the Gators. Ralston Raphael with the hit. It's a great name, Ralston. Sacred Heart Prep looking to make it 4 straight in the Valpo Bowl. This is the 18th Valpo Bowl getting underway here today. Wounded duck thrown by Teddy Purcell, the senior. He's allowed to make a mistake here and there. At least he threw it far enough away from the intended target that there was no chance that ball could have been intercepted. If anything, it may have broke a finger or two. That was a cement mixer. Sarah up over St. Ignatius 7-3 as we get into the second quarter. The Bells up 17-10 over Archbishop Mitty. And in a game that has a little personal connection to our family in South City, El Camino up 21-0 over South San Francisco. Goodness gracious. Might have to have a mercy rule at 50 on that one. Teddy Purcell avoids being sacked, only to get hit by about 14 members of the Knights. Holy smokes. That kid's tough. It is senior day here from Palatella Field, and we had a phenomenal pregame ceremony recognizing the seniors, not only of both teams, but primarily the home Cardinal, where the parents, or mostly parents, walked out with their kids or their players, and it was just a really neat experience. A lot of good-looking parents, a lot of good-looking people here today. Not surprised. A lot of mullets here today at Palatella Field, and it warms my heart. Another rugby punt here from SHP. Back deep, number 17. Lets it bounce, and the Knights will take over around the 36-yard line. Short field. More seniors here that we want to recognize on this Max Preps feed of this game. Taylor Ferrario, Sacred Heart Prep, wide receiver, defensive back. Jonathan Martinez, Connor York, and very instrumental player in SHP success, Beck Anderson. Why don't you read a couple, Luca? Go ahead. Starting with the seniors. No, we'll come back to us. You know what? These are preparatory schools, and I didn't prep Luca for reading the seniors. But we're going to get Luca, my trusty aide, to help here. And Beltran drops back, hits a short pass. A damn ball carrier took one right in the breadbasket. Okay, I'm going to make a quick pit stop here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You're live, Luca. Thoughts are welcome. Yeah, get in there. That's the program. Beltran gets it out to 6 in space. SHP pursues the ball like a bunch of hungry dogs looking for dinner. Number 6 was a bowl of Alpo here in the Valpo Bowl. That was like a big ribeye waiting in a bunch of junkyard dogs saying, "Feed me," and they jumped on him. You're not going anywhere when you got 4 or 5 defenders right in your grill. That's just the metrics. That's just the science of football. It's a team game. Teams that play together win together, and that's a fact, Jack. Third and 6 for the Knights on their visiting field. And Beltran getting chased big time. The lacrosse. Wait, no. Okay, now what are we seeing a flag for? I'm totally mystified. Someone get Daddy a martini. What the heck's going on? And the referee is giving lip to head coach Mark Reeb. Where are we at? I'm not sure what's going on. Stats? What?
Personal foul against the Gators.
And the personal foul stems from what? Okay, if our first controversial play in the 18th Valpo Bowl. Can't have a rivalry without a little controversy. Okay, 43 did dive in with his shoulder. If you saw that replay, courtesy of Luis, there was a little bit of a... this is rivalry football. It's not patty cakes, y'all. You know, you want to play badminton? I got a place for you off the 101 in Burlingame. This is football. And then the referee gets up in Mark Reeves' face. I mean, hey, let me tell you, this is serious business. Everybody is on edge. Everybody's revving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. RPM's about 9,000. Everybody on their feet here today at Palatella Field in the 18th Valpo Bowl. One loss between these two teams, 4-0 Menlo Knights. On the road, taking on here the 3-1 Gators of SHP. SHP feeling the momentum after going down to Half Moon Bay last weekend and eking one out late.
Menlo called timeout.
What do you say, Luca? All right, we got a stoppage in play here, 7-0. Off a hook and ladder that Menlo ran that was really unexpected inside a minute left to be in the first quarter. SHP kind of wrestled back momentum for a while, and then we've had a stalemate since. But a competitive game nonetheless is nothing, you would expect nothing less from these two ancient rivals. I got that, Luca. Thank you, buddy. More seniors here to announce. Just want to shout their names out and thank them for their dedication to each program. Brody Tawil, Matt Bucher, Joey Gardino, Aiden Bell. Peter Dessler, the slugging first baseman, an offensive defensive lineman here for SHP. And big number 82, Will Mackey in Cardinal and White. Thank you, Luca. Some good hitting going on down there. Beck Anderson, Mr. Do-It-All today, whether it's deep as the deep safety or return man, fly sweep extraordinaire. This guy is going to touch the ball a lot today. He's going to probably sweat quite a bit and earn his supper tonight. Get ready, Mama and Papa Beck. This young man is going to be hungry.
First and 10 for the Gators, ball on their own 25-yard line.
When you play ball down in Atherton, tweet me if you know a good place for post-game dinner. Dutch Goose, Magic Mike, Jeffries. Where would you go, Luca, if you were in charge of the post-game meal?
I'm good, Jeffries.
Jeffries. Can't go wrong with a chicken bacon sandwich from Jeffries and an unlimited soda option.
Teddy Purcell pass, called incomplete. Pass intended for Paul Barton. Broken up by number 7, Jack Gutzler.
Mark Greaves got his work cut out for him, trying to crack this defense in white. Menlo's defense pretty strong here today, showing a lot of backbone, not giving a lot of space to get Gators out in the open, give them seams to hit, to give them space to move. They've been really thorough in their defense. Teddy Purcell with a precise pass outside the hashes to catch Beck Anderson for a nice little gain of about 7 yards.
Number 5, Carter Jump. Gain of 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4.
It would be important if this sounds pretty obvious, but if you're Mark Grebe, you got to get on the scoreboard before halftime because it just gives that oomph, that sense of relief. It takes the pressure off as you cruise into the locker room or the tent at halftime. Important that SHP run it down the field here and have some success. Taste the sweetness of a score.
Throw it.
I got it. Okay, wait. Tell me that's got to be defensive pass interference, or am I losing my mind? Flags everywhere. The coaches on the Menlo sideline were losing their mind. Okay, it's defensive pass interference yeah, okay. I'm not losing my mind. Pretty sweet little pass, though, from Teddy Purcell. He put it just about the only place where his guy could get to it, and if he couldn't get to it, nobody could. Okay, we're at our 46-yard line. SHP is. Forgive me for. What's that, Luca? Okay, yeah, say it, whatever's on your mind, bud. Purcell. Oh, goodness. Too much to overcome. SHP having a hard time protecting Purcell in the pocket. Menlo wanting a piece of him. They got him. That is not what you need coming out of a first down off a penalty. If you want momentum, you got to build momentum. You got to block. You got to stack those Tetris blocks, one right after the next. This is Legos, baby. You're not going to find a lot of home runs here at Palatella Field, not with the undefeated Menlo Knights on the defensive side of the ball. I can just flat out tell you that right now. You want to rely on luck? Go get a scratcher. And Latu, he's been quiet today, and he said, I want a first down. I'll go get one. He put his thigh pad on a couple of defenders. Heck of a run from Latu. And that's what it's going to take. You got to just build those Lego blocks, Luca. Lincoln Logs. You a Lego or Lincoln Log guy? Me too. Clock runs. About 3.5 to go here in the first half. I don't know. If I'm Mark Grebe, I may take a shot right here. This is definitely 4-down territory with this time in the game. Purcell backs up, and he does have no. Okay. Will Mackey was wide open in the middle of the field. And Purcell looks like he did get the first down. I don't know. That was close. Purcell definitely politicking, definitely advocating for a first down, and the referee saw it his way and said, "You got it, senior. It's your day, son. First down." Cardinal.
Gain of 4 yards, first and 10, Gators.
What was interesting about that play call is he had a drag route from big number 82, Will Mackey, going across the center of the field. If Purcell had seen him, that's a target that a defender's not going to want to bring down.
Timeout, Menlo. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
Pretty smart timeout from the Menlo sideline, not going to lie. Todd Smith said, let's slow it down. Let's give our defense a chance to regroup, take a breath, and get ready. This is important. Definitely the most important drive of the ball game for both teams, because if Menlo can halt the forward momentum of the Gators, I mean, what a great way to go into half. Conversely, if SHP can draw blood here, they go in tied up at half and say, hey, we're in this game. It's our home turf. This is Palatella Field. This is the Swamp. We're going to own the second half. So this is a huge opportunity. This is what I like to call a hinge moment for both clubs. And if nothing happens here in the final moments of the first half, you still got 24 minutes of action to handle your business. So I probably being a little more dramatic than I need to be, but it is football, and it's fun to get dramatic and put face paint on and not wear a shirt and shout and chant and cheer and all that good business. Tony, who are these crews down at the end? Are they cheerleaders on both sides? Unbelievable. What a detail. Thank you, Tony. More on that in a minute. Breaking news, fans. Big number 42. Now, this guy's a load. Alec Tonis. I mean, he's not your standard whip-it running back on a high school level. This kid is a beast. And he just punched it got a good, nice gain on first down. Check that. Yeah, about 7 yards. Lincoln Logs, baby. Legos, here we go. We're stacking chips. Tonis stuffed. Sometimes you go to the well one too many times. But again, you just thud that defense. You thud those linemen. You thud those backers. And come mid-fourth quarter, they're not as eager to make a hit. They're not as eager to bring down number 42. It's like the old sledgehammer effect. You just keep bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm witnessing, Luca, is that when SHP runs between the tackles and they run vertically, they have a little more success than when they try to hit the edge on those fly sweeps. That's what I'm seeing. 24 wide open. And he's sprinting for the corner of the end zone with a nifty Tecmo Bowl spin. That was a triangle. Bingo, bango, bongo. Touchdown, Gators. Gorgeous. Mark Reeb said, I've done this before. Did you ever see me at the SHP Center? Unbelievable. Just incredibly courageous call from Mark Reeb and his staff for the Gators as they punch back. And a heck of a little nifty move from 24, Zach Ferrer. This junior has a future here at SHP. Wow. And the DJ, Tony Martinelli, slinging on some fine music. Who's not enjoying a Saturday in Atherton? And if you don't have the opportunity to be with us today at Palatella Field and you're watching on the Max Preps feed, we thank you. But you ought to be here. Ooh. A lot of people mock what a extra point means to a football game, but right here you see its importance. Pure, true, 7-7 with less than 2 minutes left to go in the first half in the 18th Valpo Bowl. SHP looking to win their fourth consecutive in this ancient, hated rivalry. Conversely, on the other sideline, the Knights of Menlo, Todd Smith, and Sergio Beltran, they're looking to halt the SHP dominance, and they want to bring back the Valpo Cup just about 100 yards down to the would it be to the east on Valparaiso Road? All right, so I'm not sure what we have planned for halftime, but One thing that I've thought a lot about today is, and by the way, it's Patrick Connor, Luca Larson, Luis Stats, and Tony Martinelli coming to you from the Palatella Field broadcast booth. Mark Grebe, the head coach of SHP, may be one of the great local football stories of all time. Quarterback specific. And we can expand on this throughout the broadcast, but I've narrowed it down to 3 quarterbacks in the history of Northern California and what they mean on all 3 levels: high school, college, and professional football. Squib kick, smart play. 22, went through the wickets. You know what? Mark Grebe and his staff for the Gators said, we're not going to give these guys a chance to take it to the house again like the opening kick darn near resulted in. Just squib it. Give it to the meatheads with the bad paws. Give them a chance to try and return it. They're not. Don't let the Jackrabbits get the balls. Not with under 2 minutes to go in the half, coming off a nice, sweet score from the Crimson, the Cardinal, and White. Games in progress here in the Bay Area include El Camino just demoralizing South San Francisco 34-6. That's a tough one. Got a barn burner going on in Woodside. Woodside up 22-14 over Jefferson. Right here, knotted at 7. And it'll be interesting to see what Todd Smith and the Menlo Knights look to do here to conclude the first half. Are they going to try and stretch the field and try and get a last-minute score here to conclude the first half, or are they going to play conservative? Hard to really tell off their first play from scrimmage because that is kind of their identity. They do a lot of horizontal sideline passes and get their kids out in space against defenders. So that was more of the same. Beltran with a wide open target. And it looked to me like number 4 had possession. I'm easily influenced. I don't know, boys. Did he come down? Here we go. Thanks, Luis. Okay, very nice pass. He comes down. That ball came out due to a defender's influence. That wasn't just Butterfingers, baby. I think it needs to go to official replay. We may not have official replay here. Definitely a good play all around. A lot going on. Cav Williams, thanks, Stat. Cav Williams, the senior. Nice little play. This is a big money play right here. Oh, my word. Who was it? Was that Wong that got up there and said, not today? Okay. I've been eager to shout out number 60's name today. This kid is 5'7", and he just got up and dunked that basketball. I mean, that was Dominique-esque for all you old school 80s heads. He's 5'7" and plays a mean power forward for the Gator basketball program. And you saw his hops right there. Number 60, Ryan Wong. Easily a fan favorite, and a fan favorite of this guy right here. Short punt, pooch punt. Okay. Safe decision from the back man, number 13, Beck Anderson for the SHP Gators. Why risk it? Why touch it? You're going to have a short field anyways with an opportunity to take a couple of shots downfield. Or does the 3-time Arena Bowl champion Mark Grebe say, let's just take it to half? I'm feeling it. If I'm Mark Grebe, I'm going to take a shot on 1st and 2nd down. And if you come up empty, you sit on 3rd. But you take 2 shots. Let's go for it. 1st and 2nd down. Let's get Paul Barton, number 4, your big star receiver, your split end. Let's get him out. Let's try and punch him down the sideline and go up for 1. The kid has a basketball background. Hall of Fame athletic talent. Teddy Purcell. And that was really close to being an official fumble. What do you do here, Luca? after that first down? Do you just close? Oh, Gators called a timeout. Smart, Mark Reed. NorCal products at quarterback in the football community. I think Mark Grebe is amongst the top 3 of all time. And stats, feel free to weigh in here. You do? I'm going Jim Plunkett, number 1. James Lick High School, Heisman Trophy champion winner, Super Bowl champion, 49ers, Raiders, played for both local teams. My man Jeff Garcia. Okay, Gilroy Star, Gavilan College, San Jose State, whack stud, and then won playoff games with the 49ers under Mooch. I like Jeff Garcia. Don't forget his time as a Raider, too, so he's worn both the 49er red and the silver and black for Al Davis. And coached with the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got Mark Grebe. Don't underestimate his influence on Bay Area football. Oak Grove High School product, stud down there. Hell of a quarterback at UC Davis. Aggie to the bone. And then a 3-time Arena Bowl champion. This guy's pedigree is about as good as you get. Teddy Purcell. I gotta say, I'd like to see him get the ball out a little quicker. I'd like to see Teddy Purcell unleash that pill. Wouldn't you, Luca? He's got a shot, but it's better to keep it and to choke it than to throw it downfield and give up a foolish interception, allowing the defender to run it back late in the half. That would be disastrous, borderline tragedy. You can feel the murmurs from. Okay, as we conclude the first half, I don't know. I was thoroughly entertained. In the second half, I'm looking for more of the same. SHP needs to cut down a little bit on, they need to protect Teddy Purcell with a little bit more consistency. Defensively, they've really... Beltran back. So far, SHP in the first half, their defense is to be admired. And Menlo, they're going to probably have to call a few more trick plays to get their offense humming. Sergio Beltran has been, in most part, kept in check. It is 7-7. We are live from Palatella Field. Patrick Connor, Luca Larson, Luis the Magician, Tony Martinelli, and Stats keeping us all in line. And with that, it is time for a few Sour Patch Kids. We'll join you in a few minutes to bring the second half to you live on the Max Preps feed. Back from an electric halftime here at Palatella Field, it's Luca Larson, Patrick Connor, Luis, the Magician, the David Blaine of audio and visual technique here for Max Preps. Our staff is our army of excellence includes Tony Martinelli, the Associate Athletic Director here at Sacred Heart Prep in Atherton. Also the best basketball coach in the Bay Area, not going to lie. And his incredible staff, including Stats, who's here as the PA announcer. Thankful to have you here on the Max Preps feed. It is the 18th Valpo Bowl. We've bellied up on our Sour Patch Kids and Sour Worms. That sugar rush to give you an exciting second half broadcast. I'm working on a very crisp and fresh Diet Cherry Coke. They are not a sponsor. They are a passion. Both dance teams performed at halftime, and a little bit of a birdie, a nugget came into our world. Here at SHP, they auctioned off or had a raffle for 21 seniors to attend the game. During the first half, I was like, what the heck's going on these halftime zones or these touch I guess that's the best way to describe it is behind each end zone here at Palatella Field in the swamp at Sacred Heart Prep. They have students, and there are 21 representing each school, and they were the lucky winners of a raffle in which they were awarded the opportunity to come and represent their student body here on Senior Day. So a raffle turned into quite an honor, and got to give a lot of respect to the SHP staff that came up with this idea. Oh, grab that. Grab that, bud. Yeah, get that, throw it in the can, or eat it, whatever you want to do. There's Sour Patch Kids everywhere. The intensity of a Valpo Bowl knows no bounds, including Sour Patch Kids just everywhere, raining like cats and dogs on a summer Florida night. It is 7-7 as we conclude the halftime, and off two main plays. The game began with an electric kick return by Menlo that was halted around the 40-yard line on SHP's side of the ball. SHP bowed up and kept Menlo out of the end zone after what started as a pretty shocking start to the game. Since then, Sergio Beltran threw a hook and ladder that went to first Chris de Alençon, who hooked it and laddered it over to number 5. Thank you, Luis. What a play. I mean, everybody was sitting here mouth agape being a French word for meaning open. Nobody saw it coming, and there, thanks to Luis here on the Max Preps feed, you see the answer from SHP. Teddy Purcell to number 24, the junior Zach Fryer for 37 yards, and that knotted the game at 7. And here we go. Second half kickoff. This first drive is going to be huge for both teams. And what do we got, a little pooch kick? Swallowed up by SHP. A little unexpected. But special teams in a tight ball game going to come in big. That's a big part of this action. You think about the hook and ladder. You think about the triangle Tecmo Bowl move by Zach Fryer to get into the end zone. But really what it comes down to are the little things like special teams, mistakes made or mistakes not made when there is an opportunity to seize a moment. That's really what I think this second half is going to come down to. And then the basics. You got to protect Purcell. You just got to protect him. The senior Cav Williams with a fly sweep manages to secure 1 or 2 yards. I don't know about you, Luca, but I'm watching SHP, and when they run the ball horizontally, I don't know if they have the speed to get out on the edge against Menlo. It seems to me they have more success going right up the gut between the tackles. I want to see a more vertical run game from Mark Reed and his Gators here in the second half.
Second down and 8.
Jackson Gerard, the senior, lines up near sideline. And there you go. That's what we've been asking for here in the broadcast booth. Between the hashes, flip the ball to Will Mackey, your senior tight end, who's only about 6'3" and 385 pounds of pure steel muscle. How can you stop that? You can't stop it. Mark Reed, listen to what we're saying. This is an incredible opportunity to hit the Menlo defense where they're most vulnerable, up the middle. Their fleet going to the sidelines. Man, hit the uppercuts right in the set. Yes, here we go. This is not the way to damage Menlo's defense.
Tackle by number 5, Carter Jung.
Unless they're setting up a reverse, or I got to believe Mark Greaves trying to set something up by continuing to run these fly sweeps. I know it's in their DNA, but Menlo seems to have their number outside the hash marks when they're running horizontally. Paul Barton comes off the sideline. Considering he's a two-way player, he may be a little gassed, although we're only a minute and a half into the second half. There you go. Right up the gut. Alec Tonis. You just keep slugging. You bludgeon the opponent. And whether you wear white or you wear cardinal today, that's got to be your goal, is to continue to bludgeon the opponent. This is a slugfest. This isn't a jackrabbit contest. Knotted at 7 with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Early in the second half here. You just want to pound and dent the opponent's armor. At least that's how I'd run things from the press box. Teddy Purcell, he's got it out, and a strike to Beck Anderson. Perfect pass from Teddy Purcell. That was unbelievable. What I liked about that is the play-action pass. See, Listen, I'm no genius, but I know pigskin. And if you bludgeon the ball between the tackles, you set up the play action pass. Teddy Purcell, nobody near him. He was able to deliver the dime. As my friend Trent Dilfer would say, he spun the ball. He spun the ball right in there. He was like he was a loom. That was unbelievable. Good play call, Mark. Yeah, he did have time. That's the key, right? Play action pass, and here we go. Gators back on the board. It's 13-7. SHP in the Valpo Bowl 18th edition. Sacred Heart Prep looking to win 4 straight against their hated rivals of Menlo. Menlo conversely says, hey, the second half is still young. Let's go ahead and stitch up this 3-game losing streak to SHP, and let's do it on their home field. A lot riding on today's game in a shortened season due to COVID. But don't tell that to these seniors. This game means as much as any. Bingo, bango, bongo. And SHP said, we'll take the ball in the second half, and we'll take it, we'll pound it right down your throat. We'll do a little play action pass, a little dipsy-do, and deliver an airmail strike, and boom. Here we are, friends, on the Max Preps feed. Patrick Connor, Luca Larson, and Luis coming to you live on a perfect Saturday afternoon from Palatella Field in the swamp. Valparaiso Drive. Is it drive or road, Tony? Stats. Is it Valparaiso Drive or road? Path? Yeah. Oh, Avenue. Valpo Ave. Okay. Research is clearly not my thing.
Kicking off for the Gators, number 17, Jonathan Martinez. Deep to return for the Menlo Knights.
Menlo feeling the pressure. Menlo feeling the pressure here as they get the ball for the first time in the second half. And was that an onside kick? A little sneaky. And it looks as if, to me, SHP got the ball 10 yards and recovered. Special teams, friends and folks. Little things like that are going to be the difference. What a shocking turn of events. Who called that?
Jonathan Martinez.
Big Johnny Martinez said, boom, let me dazzle you with a little pooch and let me walk it down and snatch that ball perfectly at the 48-yard line. Unbelievable. I don't know if they got hacky sack teams in high school, but this would be an opportunity for him to win the Gold Cup. That was like just a perfect little tap, collect, SHP ball. Right between the tackles, Mark Grebe. And there's a name you haven't heard a lot from today, Andrew Latou. I wonder if he's feeling good today here on senior night. Alec Tonis out there leading the way, leading the charge, and Menlo stood their ground.
Officials timeout for an injury.
Injury timeout. I can't see who's down for the Knights. Chris Delensone, and that's with a little D. D apostrophe Allensone, so I hope I'm saying your name right, young man.
With the pronunciation the AD sent over, yeah.
We are getting confirmation, Chris Dallensone. Hope the young man's okay. And he runs off the field under his own power. Make no mistake, this kid's tough as a $2 steak. Oh, he's even running. Wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the game in a play or two. He's definitely no Paul Pierce. You're hearing it from the Gator faithful. They're feeling the momentum. In the second half, Mark Grebe says, we're coming out to play and to take this one home. 4 in a row, baby.
It will be second down and 10 for the Gators.
Dallensone takes it sweep left, and he powers ahead for a good half a first down. What about 5-6 yards? I mean, that kid's a load. Does he remind you a little bit of touchdown Tommy Vardell? I mean, he's got enough foot speed to take it outside like that, but then when he gets his shoulders squared up and headed downfield, he's like a rhinoceros coming right to take your head off. I like the way he plays. Up back, Teddy Purcell under center. Play action pass. Everybody pretty covered. Purcell, this is when his feet come in handy. And he slithers outside and pushes forward for what looks to me about another 2-3 yards. Valpo Bull number 18 in the flesh, baby, on the Max Preps feed. Back November 8th, 2019 at Sequoia, I was there to see the history made. SHP laid it on him, 49-14. Heck of a halftime performance from both dance squads that day, too. 2018, Sacred Heart Prep tattooed the Knights of Menlo, 53-15, and then it was a squeaker in 2017 as SHP won 25-24, 2017. What do we got going on here, Luca? Little confusion on the sideline. We've got mass wholesale changes, substitutions. 71 comes into the ball game. Peter Dessler, who not only is a heck of a football player, but he's the Chris Chambliss of SHP baseball. He'll hit you a home run, then go home and cook himself a grilled cheese. And Peter Dessler comes off the field again.
On the Menlo 42.
Shea O'Kelly, 58, gets in the game, the young guy. He's only a sophomore out here playing with the big boys. There are 4 sophomores on the varsity roster, Luca. Andrew Roca, Big Johnny Chung, and SHP seems to have unlocked the mystery of the Menlo defense at halftime. Whatever they did under the tent, they tore apart the Gordian knot. 24, who's already got a touchdown on the board today, Zach Fryer, around right end. Big-time gain. Gashing Menlo's defense here in the second half.
First and 10 Gators.
Unbelievable. You got to hand it to SHP's coaching staff at halftime. They saw something that these eyes did not. There we go, horizontally again with the sweep. And Beck Anderson with positive yards. Luca says, flag on the play. Great eye, Luca. What do you think it is, pal? You thought it was a downfield blocker, maybe, holding? What was? Oh, we got a face mask on Menlo. Tack on another few yards. Bingo, bango, bongo. Becca Anderson, this kid can play. Definitely, 55, inadvertently face masked him. There was no malicious intent there, even during a rivalry game like this one, with blood boiling and ancient animosity. That was a clean play, just a mistake made. Beck Anderson, motioned. There you go, the play action pass to Alex Tonis. I'm telling you, this kid is tough to bring down. And while he might not hit a home run for you on every play, he's going to continue to just dent and drive the point home that he's bigger and badder than the guys in white. Oh, my Lord. Number 11 for Menlo, Justin Creamer, is definitely going to need to put a little bit of salve on that backside tonight. That was tough. To play football, you got to want it. You got to want to feel that tackle and feel that pain. Justin Creamer, he took him on. Respect of the highest order. And the sophomore, Andrew Latou, slithers in for a SHP touchdown. And with a little trickery and a little determination, Mark Grebe and the Gators starting to wrestle control away from Menlo here on their home field. Halfway through the third quarter, and man, wow. The Cardinal have just, boom, raced out and said they want this game. They want that Valpo Cup, and they want to lift it above their heads. And they want to do it for the kids, the 21 fellow senior students behind the field goal post. And they want to do it for the parents in the stands. And they want to do it for the administration that supports them here at SHP. Heck of a second half. 6 minutes in, and SHP taking a 14-point lead over the undefeated Menlo Knights in the 18th Valpo Bowl here on Valparaiso Avenue in Atherton, California, on an almost perfect day in the Bay. Scores from around football, high school football of interest include at halftime, Woodside still maintaining an 8-point lead, 22-14 over Jefferson. El Camino just turning South City over their knee and just giving it to them, 42-6, ugly. I think it was expected. Sarah up 28-3 over St. Ignatius, fourth quarter action. The Bells up on Mitty, 26-18. Burlingame tattooed San Mateo last night, 49-14. Big games today. Pittsburgh and Antioch are scoreless. It is in progress. That's a heck of a rivalry right there. And if I'm not mistaken, De La Salle and Clayton Valley, are they going toe-to-toe today? No, Clayton, yes, they are. At 7 o'clock tonight, rather. For high school football fans in the Bay Area, that'll be a phenomenal contest. For those of you new to the Valpo Bowl, back in the day, Sacred Heart Prep in Menlo, they didn't even play football. 9/11 came to be. All the football games were canceled in 2001. So it was proposed that the two neighbors here on Valparaiso Avenue, let's play football together. I don't know why they never played pre-9/11. I'd have to get into the archives for that. Tim Detmeyer, Sacred Heart, and Craig Schoof of Menlo. And other supporters, they created what is now known as the Valparaiso Bowl because both of these fine preparatory schools are right next to each other on Valparaiso Avenue. Hence, this is the 18th Valpo Bowl with only 1 year of stoppage. Can you guess the year? Now that's how are you gonna get the ball over that skyscraper? Will Mackey, 82, got off the deck, jumped up, and Dikembe the heck out of that one. Now, Will Mackey stands at about 6'2", 6'3". Pretty hard to go that direction and then to stop on a dime and jump up and get it. Torque your body and twist to snatch that ball out of the air. Unbelievable athletic play right there.
Offsides against the Gators.
And with that, it's 2nd and 5 for Sergio Beltran and his Menlo Knights. Definitely looking to get something going to make this a competitive second half.
Jack Geisler, the ball carrier. Tackle by number 60, Ryan Wong.
Ryan Wong, number 60. The senior middle linebacker for SHP, power forward for the basketball program. Young man stands 5'7", plays power forward. I mean, it's unbelievable. Love it. Some people would describe him as getting the most out of his talent, which is kind of there's a little bit of a double-edged sword there. The guy he works very diligently to be the best he can be, and he's quite productive on both the hard floor and the turf. Out here at Palatella Field. His younger brother had a heck of a game today for the JV Gators. Stats has the stats, shockingly enough. But Tyler Wong, a couple of pass breakups. He may have blocked a punt. Did he, Tyler Wong?
In the junior varsity game, he had 3 deflections and a block kick 6.
Unbelievable. 3 deflections and a block kick 6. The Wong brothers are just dominating the games today. And that right there is what Menlo does so well, is they throw these passes out to the flat and allow their receivers to really go and do damage in space. a lot of spread action that you saw that was so popular in college ball about 10 years ago. Over the last 10 years, it's really become popular. The Mouse Davis offense for all you old NFL fans. Not necessarily the spread and shoot, but it's a spread offense. Are you kidding me? Was that Ryan Wong? Ryan Wong knowing exactly where to be on the field, reading Beltran's eyes perfectly and fading out, shading out, and cutting that pass off. It's a Wong's world, and we're just living in it. I'm telling you, I mean, you can be a great athlete and make a lot of plays. You can be a good athlete and really put the film study in and to watch what's going on and to be aware of your surrounding and have a huge impact in the game. And I don't think it's a stretch to say that Ryan Wong is probably not as athletic or has the size of his younger brother, but doggone it, he makes plays. He knows where to be. He comes up big when given the opportunity. And more of the same. Alec Tonis beginning the sledgehammer. Whoom! Whoom! This is only going to get more and more challenging for Menlo to stop. When you got a 220-pound thud coming your direction, it becomes more and more challenging to want to stop it.
2nd and 4.
Vertical ground game, folks. Vertical ground game. I tell you, Luca, the quickest way to get from point A to point B is in a straight line, right? And those shoulders pads facing downhill. Now, they can still run the ball from sideline to sideline, but it's going to be easier now because that defense is kind of like a sponge. It's kind of coming in. Yeah, that's right. There at Tonis. Come on. And he only pushed the pile another 3 yards, and he took 4 Knights with him. Okay? This ain't geometry. It's addition and subtraction. More of me against less of you. And I'm really gonna watch Menlo's defenders and see how they hold themselves between plays. You already see a couple of guys with their hands around their hips, and then you're going to start to see them get a little bit more weary, and deservedly so. Latu with a little stutter step. Positive yardage. The clock continues to run from Palatella Field. That's another good thing. If you get a 14-point lead with about 15 minutes of actual game clock to go, you just salt it away. You just run the ball. And you just exert your dominance, your physical dominance. That's when this comes into play. That offensive line is going to start to feel it for the Gators. They're going to get in that rhythm. Oh, I hear the whistles. Menlo calls a timeout. Going to be honest, I didn't expect to get that from Todd Smith, the head coach for Menlo, but why not give your defense a chance to breathe for a second? They're getting pushed around, manhandled. Big time. That's it. Luis played offensive line and probably a little defensive line. Just offensive line? Okay. I played offensive guard for the Gaithersburg Little Rec League in Maryland when I was knee-high to a grasshopper and a lot wider than I was tall. You get in there. You get that rhythm going. It's almost like you're conducting a symphony. The violins and the oboes are working together. Boom.
Since we were unable to sell tickets this season, if you would like to make a donation, please visit peninsulabridge.org or contact Maureen Garrett, Development Director of Peninsula Bridge, at Maureen, M-A-U-R-E-E-N, at peninsulabridge.org, or you can reach her at 650-207-2845.
21-7, SHP 14 unanswered points here in the second half and 21 overall for the game. Unbelievable first quarter hook and ladder from Menlo. Unbelievable play. It was absolute shot out of nowhere. And SHP has since then answered with 21 consecutive points. Really wrestled back control of this game, and it feels like SHP is the better team. Menlo came into the Valpo Bowl 4-0, whereas SHP was 3-1. Their lone loss here at Palatella Field 2 weeks ago to Menlo Atherton, the Bears, who are darn good. Third and 1.
On the stop for Menlo, number 56, Logan Dieter.
Teddy Purcell over right guard, what we call the A gap for all you big football heads. Now it's 4th and short. And if I'm Mark Grebe, give it to 42. Give it to 42. In fact, put him under center and let him just lunge.
Ball's on the 27, Tony.
Does Ryan Wong play offense? He's got the nose for the ball. Why not? That's a great call. And he yanked Teddy Purcell with the Aaron Rodgers, yanking number 59, Zach Taub, offsides. If you're Zach Taub, you got to go back to the huddle and say, sorry, boys, I really wanted it too bad. It's like me at the pizza buffet. I'm jumping. Give me a little slice of that pep.
That 5-yard penalty results in a Gators first down.
Attaboy. You know, there are quarterbacks that's their skill, is drawing guys off sides. Aaron Rodgers, not a fan, but he's really good at it. Tom Brady's been known to do it. Joe Montana back in the day. Jay Schrader had a skill.
Flag on the play. Delay of game against the Gators.
Interesting. Little DOG, delay a game. Looks to be a little confusion on the field. This is when Teddy needs to go ahead and take over the reins and bring some calm to his side of to his teammates in his huddle. He's looking to the sideline to see what's cooking. And the horizontal sweep, Beck Anderson. This is...
Beck Anderson, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 10, Alex Wong.
I gotta... Everybody's doing the best they can. But that was kind of a strange series right there, a strange sequence of events. I think everybody was kind of caught in the chaos and the momentum of the conclusion of the third quarter. So let's just reset, let's take a pause, and let's begin the fourth quarter with the ball, and let's figure it out from here. Let's get that momentum, build those Legos, get those blinking logs blocked up on top of each other, and take what you need to in the fourth quarter and win the game.
7.
All right, boys. A lot of Mark Grebe fans watching today via the Max Preps feed. Chief amongst them, your boy right here, Patrick Connor. I've already put him in my top 3 list of all-time Northern California Bay Area quarterback products. I've got him 3rd in my all-time list. High school, you got to be a local high school kid. You got to play your collegiate ball in Northern California. And you need to have played your professional ball in the Bay Area and made a difference. And I'm starting my list with Jim Plunkett, James Lake High, Heisman Trophy winner, down on the farm, and then was drafted by the 49ers and went on to win Super Bowls for the Raiders, albeit one for the Oakland Raiders, one for the LA Raiders, which we do not acknowledge. Jeff Garcia, stud, Gilroy, Gavilan College, San Jose State legend. Quarterback for the 49ers, won playoff games for Mooch, Steve Mariucci and the Uper. Went on to play for the Raiders, coach with the Raiders, and very well could have been a coaching candidate for the 49ers. And then you've got Mark Grebe. How are you going to top Mark Grebe other than those two guys? Oak Grove High School, San Jose, UC Davis Aggie legend. And then here's Paul. End around for Paul Bart, and he's in! What a play call. What a run. And what determination to just bowl over a couple of would-be tacklers from Menlo. Unbelievable. And there you go. You're going to hear a lot more of that here in the fourth quarter if Menlo doesn't get in gear. Paul Barton, stud. Unbelievable. Good play call from the three-time Arena Bowl champion, Mark Grebe. Luke, did you see that coming? Neither did I. SHP lines up to make it 28-7 here with the extra point. In doubt. Martinez kicks it, and it is true. In the west end zone, if you can see on the Max Preps feed, there's about 21 SHP students. They won a raffle to be here today. Due to the pandemic and due to social distancing, they can only allow 21 students. And that's for both sidelines and both end zones. 21 for Menlo in the east end zone, or just to the back side of the field goal post, and then 21 SHP Gators students, same spot on their side. Very cool. And for these kids on senior day, pretty special. Pretty special. Let's not forget that these seniors at SHP and Menlo and around the Bay Area and the country for that matter have really had a unique scenario with the pandemic and what a lot of people look forward to their senior year, their last time to strap it on and go out there and make a few tackles, maybe take a few tackles, has really changed. And these kids are not complaining. They're getting out there and having fun with their partners and teammates and their coaches and their families. It's pretty cool to be here today and to witness this.
And number 7, Jack Geisler.
Say that again, Luca? Yes, they do. They keep pounding Menlo. And Menlo, a comedy of errors here in the fourth quarter. Tough deal. Tough deal. Tough deal for Menlo. Now, the odds makers told me that while Menlo...
Number 51, Matt Bucher, and number 5, Luke DeGross.
Great coverage there by SHP. Menlo with little butterfingers there on the reception. Hey, when you're down 28-7 on the road in the Valpo Bowl, it's tough. I mean, it's like trying to come back from a bad haircut. There's nothing you can do. You just got to live with it for a while. And if things don't change here in a hurry with 11:40 to go, Menlo is going to have to live with it for another, in this case, about 9 months. Ooh, good Lord.
Sergio Beltran, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 14, Connor York.
Yeah, Luca, you could hear that. That was straight steel on steel.
Gain of 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5.
Now, who made that tackle? Connor York? Okay. Sergio Beltran, a little confusion on where his intended target was going. Either that or he was just throwing it out of bounds. And you're seeing a little bit of strife on the Menlo sideline. Some of the kids are getting frustrated. Hey, when I was 17 and 18, I was easily frustrated too. Now's the time to hold your composure, and this is an opportunity for the real kind of backbone of this Menlo football team, Sergio Beltran, just to calm the waters and let them know. Have that composure. Without composure, you got no shot. And speaking of the devil, Sergio Beltran moving like a galloping ghost with a sweet little spin to the inside.
Tackled by number 43, John Carter.
The senior, John Carter, with a nice downfield tackle. First down to Menlo. Okay, thank you.
Gain of 5 yards.
Menlo doesn't need to worry about the score. They needed to stack a couple of first downs. Menlo head coach Todd Smith's got his work cut out for him here with 10.5 to go. It's just to keep the players' heads in the game and not to get down on themselves. Boys, Sergio Beltran, he's got Cardinal jerseys flying at him from every direction, just waves upon waves upon waves. It's almost like this is Mavericks at Palatella Field. Poor kid stood no chance. None. In the first half, SHP quarterback Teddy Purcell was under a lot of heat. The second half, it's been a reversal of fortune. Sergio Beltran has been manhandled. Right there, stands in the pocket and gets it off to number 3, Chris D'Alençon, for a nice positive gain for the Knights. Moves the chains, keeps the SHP offense off the field. It's almost like they've applied a tourniquet to the deep bleeding that was coming. Is that Mason Chakouti was in the game? All right, Mason. Whoa. Darn near an interception from senior Cav Williams, who almost hijacked that pass attempt.
Sergio Beltran's pass falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 4, Ben
Mason Chakouti, number 77, re-enters the game with the Gators up 21 points. It's an opportunity to put some of the younger guys in for some real live action, some fresh snaps, and to rotate the players, keep them all ready to roll. 77, Mason Chakouti, true sophomore, big future here at SHP, not only as a football player, but his prime sport, baseball, catcher. Sergio Beltran goes down again, chomped by the Gator defense.
On the sack for the Gators, number 82, Will Mackey.
Mason Chakouti in on that tackle that sack along with Will Mackey, the senior. So you got a little bit of old blood and new blood coming together to meet in the middle and bring down the opposing quarterback for the Gators. Really slick pass from Sergio Beltran to number 4, Ben Banatow. And something that Menlo definitely needed a taste of, success. Just to get their momentum going, get their confidence back. And that right there is a good way to do it. Will Mackey turned his back to Sergio Beltran. Sergio hit the Ben Batal going right across the middle. Very effective play. Really nice read from the junior quarterback, number 8, Sergio Beltran. I think we got a little bit of movement on the left side of the line. And that'll march it back 5 yards.
That false start will make it first down and 15 for the Knights. Ball on the Gator 25.
Mute. Now you see it. You don't need me to tell you. Oh, my goodness. SHP comes up with the ball. Joey Guardino. Not to be confused with Joey Guadagnino from Jersey Shore fame. Is that right, Joey Guadagnino? Sergio Beltran was playing hot potato there.
Got it. His own player ran into him. Got it. 8 fumble recovered by 53. 26.
El Camino up on South City right now, 49-12. And if Max preps. St. Ignatius, 34. Sarah, 34. St. Ignatius, 3.
Tackle by number 17, Bob Enright.
The Bells have their game is finished. Where the final. They won by 2 over Mitty, 26-24. A lot of games going around today as the season comes to a conclusion. But back in the fall.
Yards on the play. 2nd and 2.
SHP's ball with a yard to go for a first down. Latu with an opportunity to trudge over the left side of the line. Looks like he may have been stymied. Yeah, he got stood up.
Tackle by number 11, Justin Creamer, and number 59, Zach Toby.
Oh, they did war. They gave him the first on that. Okay. Thank you for your help on that
Gain
one,
of
Luis.
2 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Gators.
Favorable spot, I may say, just to show my my lack of bias. SHP looking to make it 4 straight in the Valpo Bowls today. 6.5 to go left in the game. SHP up by 21, 28 to 7. 28 unanswered points for the home team. And wow, Alec Tonis has had a big effective game today. He's sneaky, maybe your MVP of today's affair.
Number 58, Ronier Babiera.
And Luis is kind enough to cue up the replay here. Really beautiful read
Gain of 1 yard on the play.
from the Menlo defender, who not only saw it coming, but then he put his shoulder pad right in the breadbasket of Alec Tonis, who's not fun to bring down, as evidenced by his effectiveness here today at Palatella Field. That kid's got grit, and he's big. Good combination in a fullback. And here he comes again. Pushes the pile forward for another 3-4 yards. And what that does is not only chew up yards, but chews up clock. In a rivalry game like the Valpo Bowl, it's tempting to want to embarrass your opponent, especially on your home field. But it's also been such a unique year. There's an opportunity to keep it classy. And if nothing else defines the SHP athletic program, it's classiness. Although in years past, they've definitely poured it on, as evidenced back in, goodness gracious, 2018 53-15 SHP over Menlo in the Valpo Bowl.
Zach Freer, the ball carrier.
Zach Freer end around. The juniors had a nice game today, including scoring the first SHP touchdown with a sweet little spin move to take it into the house. Really nice game from the junior today.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. 4th down and 5.
Sacred Heart Prep, 4-1 overall. Menlo, 4-0. Sacred Heart Prep's lone loss this year was at home to Menlo Atherton. They have one common opponent, do the Knights and the Gators, Aragon. SHP tattooed them in the first game of the season, 49-12. Menlo got Aragon 40-14 a couple of weeks later.
Once again, fans, at the conclusion of this game, upon your exit from the stadium, please be sure to take any trash you have and dispose of it at the nearest receptacle located near the main exit. We thank you for your cooperation in keeping Palatella Field cardinal, white, and green.
Student bodies on both sides having a good time. For most, obviously, there's a little more enthusiasm with the SHP students. But after such a trying year, being away from each other, with distance learning, etc., for these kids to hang out, be here at a football game, I mean, pretty cool, pretty fun. Nice little pass from Sergio Beltran to number 3, who's been one of their more effective players, the great Chris Dallinson.
Is complete to Chris Dallinson. Tackled by Paul Barton and Will Mackey.
The 2 seniors in on the tackle, Barton and Mackey. Barton off to UNC to play a little lacrosse, have some fun. Sergio Beltran, tough kid, and looks deep. And he's got a... Okay, now, if you're listening to the feed, you may have heard a collective groan from the SHP sideline.
Penalty on the play.
Luis is gearing up your replay here. Thank you. Let's see what kind of assault we had and the reason for the flags. You heard it right there. From Luca's mouth to your ears, I didn't see anything right there. That was an objective view from a 12-year-old? 11-year-old? 11-year-old.
Pass interference against the Gators. Automatic first down for Menlo.
I'm not. Tough call from the zebra there on that play. Beltran's got a seam. Manages to wiggle, push, and get out of bounds right around the first down. Sergio Beltran is without a doubt the key to the entire Menlo offense. He does about everything. He's responsible for over 80% of their yards, and whether it's passing, running, scoring, he does it all. Chris Dallinson is another big part of their offense, and he's had a really effective game here today. Teddy Purcell has thrown the ball around today for SHP, mixed it up, scrambled on his own right, had a superior second half. Really nice pass on the move, going to his right from Sergio Beltran, number 8. And gets the ball to number 4, who we have not seen a lot of today. Ben Banatau, who has had a nice fourth quarter for the Knights.
Gain of 15, first and 10 Menlo.
And Sergio Beltran reverses course and takes it against the grain and into the house.
Sergio Beltran, the ball carrier. Touchdown, Menlo.
Now this score will look a little bit more deceiving than the actual tone of the second half. With Menlo having the opportunity to make it 28-14, I would say that was kind of a late game gimme, but it wasn't. If you were here, you watched. Menlo really worked their way down the field. And that was a nice run from their star quarterback, who should be back in the fall to continue his efforts as the quarterback for the Menlo Knights.
Personal foul against the Knights.
Thank you, Luis. Oh, if you're the quarterback and you see this effort brought back, you've got to be out. You just got to be livid. And I think we saw a lineman there hit a defender in the back. If I'm the ref, I say let it roll. You'd say let it go too? That's probably not very official. But I'm with you, Luca.
22 for the Knights on the Gator 32.
Yeah, exactly. But just for statistics purposes. Oh. Adding insult to injury. You take back an incredible scramble for a score, and then you get sacked. And that's going to do the game. 58, playing absolute demonic football there. Shea O'Kelly. You think he's got some Irish in him? The sophomore. Destined for greatness, Shea O'Kelly. 3rd and 28. Menlo lines up in the gun. Oh, is it now 3rd down? Okay. My bad. I'm probably trying to usher this game along faster than it needs to be.
Pass is complete to Alex Wong. Forced out by York.
It would be nice to be a fly on the wall or in the tent today as Mark Grebe talks to his players and his seniors and thanks them for their effort this season. And while it is a truncated season, you just got to hand it to all these kids playing ball around the Bay Area and what they've gone through. As seniors, you play all these years and go through all these trials and tribulations and sweat and bleed with your buddies, and then to have your year moved out of the fall when you expect to have those Friday night fall football games, and you move to the spring and things are a little unorthodox and not quite what you expected, but you still get to go through the journey with those players, with those teammates, with those trainers, with those coaches, with Mark Grebe, and with your families. And for them to go out today and to get to have a really positive experience, my hat is off. I tip that old cap. And that right there, get off the sappiness. Heck of a pass there from Sergio Beltran. Just dropped it right in the old apple bucket. I mean, that was in the kid's hands. Chris Dellenson.
That false start will be declined. Gators take over with 1:28 to go in the game.
All right. As the Gators take possession of the ball, you would think that they just kneel down a couple of times and tie a bow around the 18th Valpo Bowl. The 18th Valpo Bowl. And unless something very strange happens in the final 90 seconds, that'll be 4 in a row for Sacred Heart Prep over the Menlo Knights. Considering the proximity of these two cultures, these two university preparatories, I wonder how that'll go over. And if these lads see each other at the Dutch Goose, what the reaction will be. Will there be a little finger pointing, a little taunting? Will there be a little bit of hurt, besmirched feelings? That's what rivalry is all about. Lessons learned.
Second down.
Forty-something seconds to go here in the 18th Valpo Bowl from Palatella Field. Big play central. That was the definition of this game.
Marcel takes another knee. Third down.
And as the clock winds down and we're under 10 seconds, a couple of names to shout out today. If you had an opportunity to watch this, were in the stands or watch this game on the Max Preps feed, I want to shout out special teams coach Mark Fabry for SHP. SHP won this game in a lot of different ways, starting with number 42, Alec Tonis, and his domination of carrying the tote. But Mark Fabry had his special teams on point today, and that may have been the difference ultimately in a 28-7 Sacred Heart Prep win in the 18th Valpo Bowl. All that's left for the Cardinal is to lift that Valpo Cup high above their heads and soak it in and allow their fans and allow their families to enjoy a challenging year that concludes with a little smile on the face. And the sweet sounds of victory go to Sacred Heart Prep today. Class, grace, sportsmanship are being witnessed at center field because ultimately, while they are ancient hated rivals, they are neighbors, they are friends. Sacred Heart Prep and Menlo. And from Palatella Field, on behalf of Tony Martinelli and the entire Sacred Heart Prep, Beltran back in the... Oh, and a little... goodness! Connor signing off from the 18th Valpo Bowl. 28-7. Sacred Heart Prep. Thank you.